Sorry everybody, I did just say hello to everybody online, I was muted. Hopefully you can hear me now, so welcome to everybody online, welcome to everybody in church. We also say welcome to our speaker in church this evening is our good friend Elaine Grau. Good evening, Elaine. That way, this way, that's it. You're in shot. And also good evening to our good friend Ray Prendergast, who is sitting in the side. Yeah, I can see you there, Ray. Hello. Who will join you guys online a little bit later. But we will now open this service in prayer. This will be followed by the Lord's Prayer that we will all say together. Thank you, Elaine.
Right, hello everybody.
Hello.
Nice to see you all in here and in the ether. Right, let's just take a moment and understand that love and that light that comes to a place like this. So if we just bow our heads for a moment. I ask for that love that we share with those that we love in the spirit world. I ask that our helpers, our guides, join us for both here in the church and online. And I ask that we just sit for a moment and think about those that mean so dear to us. As I ask that goodness is spread to those in need. And I ask for enlightenment to prove that there is life after life. And that we experience what we need from these services this evening. Amen.
Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Lovely, thank you, Elaine. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to light the church candle as we do every week in church. I invite you all to do the same at home. And as I do this, I think of our loved ones in spirit. We think of them in our thoughts and ask them to share their energy with us this evening, that we might feel comforted by that. Lovely. May the lighting of this candle flame act as our intention to send that love and that peace energy out to the world tonight as well. So we go into our healing part of the service. So if there is anybody online that hasn't yet put the names into the post that was put out on Facebook earlier, please do add the names into the comment box now, and I'll add those names on at the end. And get our list here in church. So just take a few moments then, just thinking of your own heart centres, and thinking about opening that power within you up. We ask the healing guides, the energies that work with healing, to channel that love and that light through us out to the world. And we do this, it's called distant healing, and we are all capable of doing that. It's a loving intention that then acts as an energy that can move and reach around to all the places and animals maybe that need it. So we think of that love, we think of that light, we open up our heart centres, and maybe as I read the healing names, maybe you, if you're at home, you can repeat that name after I say it, or repeat it in your head, just to give it that little bit of extra strength to all the people that are in need of healing tonight. So through our joint prayers, we place in God's care all those that we come to name and think of now. We send healing to Ryan, Sharon, John, Vic, Aaron, Mark, Donna, Rob, June, Joyce, Jake, Gloria, Frank, Jill, Martin, Carol and Bill, Mary, Peggy, Kelly, Annabelle, Bobby, Will, little Archie, Luella, Byron, Sam, Paul, Mia, Stacey and Ian, Chris and Bert, Heather, Joan, Veronica, Sandra, Darren, Derrin, Claire, Lorna and Casey, Sonia, Tony and Holly, James, Maddie, Mark, James, Melvin, Liz, Melvin, Jenny Lawson, Jason, June, Wendy, John, Warren, Connor, and Simon. So please now join with me in healing prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, together we join our thoughts, our hearts, and our energies, both in church and online, to send out that much needed healing love and light tonight. And as we join together, we ask that the healing energies that we create radiate out to all the world. And we ask in particular all those names that we've mentioned tonight, that those people may sense a feeling of this energy around them, helping them, making them feel better, whatever it is that their need is at this time. We ask for that healing energy to touch them. We think of all those less fortunate than ourselves, the sick, the suffering, homeless. We think of those affected by conflict and war. We pray that they may be protected and guarded. They may find peace and security within their lives. We send love light to all those also in positions of power, that they may see that love and friendship really is the only way forward. We also send healing prayers to our animal kingdom. We ask that they be protected and allowed to live their lives without harm. And we also send loving prayers to the world of nature and to our beautiful planet. We ask that the healing energies we've created tonight also sit around all of those that are connecting in prayer and sending this healing out to others tonight. May they too benefit from its power. And we ask all of this, of course, in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. Healing also for Sue, Leah and Archie. So let's all spend a minute then just focusing on that healing energy. Just keep sending it out. And after this minute in silence, it will be broken by the hymn Gracious Spirit. And the words to that are in the front of your purple book. Thank you.
them to thy heavenly kingdom, safely out our sight. Burning Father, hear us, hear us.
Lovely, thank you very much. I will now invite Peter for this evening's Bible reading. Thank you, Peter.
You get a lift from here.
Yeah.
That's right, isn't it? Stan, we want a lift here, don't we?
Yeah.
Evening all. Evening. Welcome to all those online. We've just gone through Easter, an important and special religious festival. We also recognise Easter as a long weekend holiday, remembering it's not long ago when our Easter holidays and our celebration of Easter was marred by the fact we were in a lockdown due to the coronavirus. We hope now that this is beginning to move away and is not as serious as it used to be. However, we need to remember the great significance of this happening over 2,000 years ago. The Master Jesus was not just on earth for those 33 years, but Jesus was before the world began. Yes, before Genesis. Jesus came to earth by natural birth, but with the embodiment of Christ. He suffered a cruel death because of our sinful ways. We need to note that the Bible is not just a journey of others, but is us also. He clearly demonstrated that life goes on. There is no death, but a life cycle of reincarnation through spirit. The point I'm making is that Easter Festival didn't just finish last Sunday, but continues to be a period of joy, happiness and growth. Flowers are still growing and blooming, and nature is rejuvenating. From the Eastertide brotherly love strengthens towards Whitsuntide or Pentecost, when the Spirit of God descends, but that's another story 6 weeks away. Friends, the reading tonight taken from St. John 17 starts our journey to the divine Spirit from God, Whitsuntide and Pentecost. Jesus prays for all believers. This, I believe, contains many powerful messages. It is a commandment to all believers, should I also say spiritualists. Christ and Spirit is Christian spiritualism. It is everlasting, never changes, and is as powerful today as it was in the beginning. Jesus assures us that the brother Jesus and the Christ within is always with us, never leaves us, always supporting and acting for us with God. He asks little from us. To do our best, to live life in God's commandment is all he asks. So tonight, St. John 17, Jesus prays for all believers. My prayer is not for them alone. I pray also for those who will believe in me through their message, that all of them may be one. Father, just as you are in me and I am in you, may they also be in us, so that the world may believe that you have sent me. I have given them the glory that you gave me, and they may as one as we are one, I in them and you in me, so they may be brought to complete unity. Then the world will know that you sent me and have loved them even as you have loved me. Father, I want those you haven't given me to be with me where I am, and to see my glory, the glory you have given me because you loved me before the creation of the world. Righteous Father, through the world does not know you, I know you, and they know that you have sent me. I have made you known to them, and will continue to make you known, in order that the love you have for me may be in them, and that I myself may be in them. God bless that reading, and thank you. Where's that lift? Little slide lift.
Yeah, slide would be better than a lift. Yeah, parachute. Lovely. Thank you to everybody who's watching online. We say good night from the church to all of you watching, and hand you over to the lovely Ray. Have a lovely evening, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye.
Hello, good evening, everybody. I would just, as we go through these times of trouble, and we meet into great times of distress when we lose someone or we're bereaved, it leaves us very much in a time of wondering about who we are and what we are and where we go from here and how we see life and such. But friends, it's time that we have to look and sit down and talk to ourselves, see where we are, understand where we're going and what we're doing. Now, when we lose someone, it's an experience that emotionally and physically and in every way is shattering. But if we look at the fact is that they've gone over to the spirit world, they've transitioned, and they know that they're free from pain, and they know that they're free from any anguish, any suffering. All that's clear, gone. Well, that's a lovely feeling, very much an uplifting and loving feeling. But the problem is, friends, is that although they're all clear of their anguish. Take that out, Mandy. I do apologise, the phone just went off in the background. As I was saying, sorry. And as they're free from all their anguish, it's then that our anguish begins. It's then that we begin to suffer and we begin to lose our way, and we think that we'd never done enough, or we thought that we wasn't there enough. And we have all different types of thoughts that are provoked by emotions. But friends, that's the time when we need the love of spirit around us. We need the understanding to know that life goes on. And of course that we have to go on with it. And we're lucky, because we are spiritualists, that we can understand and accept that. But part of that bereavement, of that understanding, of knowing what goes on, is the fact to know that we are here for trial and atonement, unfortunately. And what does that actually mean, friends? Well, what that means is that we're going to meet situations, we're going to be put in situations that are going to be very difficult to deal with, that are going to take us to the ends of our tether, which is going to take us to the ends emotionally, physically and mentally. But we're lucky, friends, because we know that spirit are there. But because we are in trial and atonement, there are things that we can do that can help ourselves. So the fact that we're in trial and atonement isn't such a situation where we think, oh no, we're in trouble now. Because there is a way through. There is a hope. And a lot of that hope and a lot of that understanding begins with ourselves. And it begins with the understanding of who we are and what we are. It's very simple to understand what we are. We're a product of our experiences. Unfortunately, mainly the bad ones. But that's what we are, friends. So as we walk this path of trial and atonement, we can start to understand ourselves. We can start to look at ourselves in a way that we truly and really are. And also, friends, we can begin to heal ourselves. one of the easiest and simplest ways, although I say easy and simplest, it's not easy and simple, is to apply forgiveness in our life. Because so much times that we feel that we've been hard done by, or we've been unfairly treated, or it's not fair that somebody's left us on our own and that sort of stuff. We have to apply a forgiveness, an understanding of ourselves. And with this understanding becomes the words of forgiveness. And forgiveness is a major issue within ourselves and our key to happiness. Because if we don't move on and forgive and forget, then all that we do is we carry this burden, if you like, through life with us. And we can never, ever free ourselves. I've seen people that have become truly wrapped up in these angers and these guilty feelings and feelings of lost and have become bitter. And unfortunately with that is all that leaves is us becoming bitter. And we don't want that for ourselves, friends. We want to take the good life that the good Lord has offered us. We want to bring ourselves into humanity, and we want to live and we want to share. I do believe that we should be loved and be loved. And that seems quite a simple thing to say, doesn't it? But sometimes the most difficult thing to achieve, because people don't always live up to our expectations, or perhaps we see that they don't live up to our expectations. So as we go forward, friends, and look at our reality of the world, we have to see where we sit within that. We have to understand who and what we are and what emotions we are feeling, and run alongside the emotions, understand where we are, understand what we are. But with our love and understanding of the spirit world, we know that things will change. And the only saying is things can only get better. And that's what the universe offers us. Because one of the constants within this world is change. And that's not only change within our circumstances, that's change within us. Then, and once we've achieved to forgive and accept who and what we are, the good and the bad, because none of us are perfect, then we can bask in the love of not only ourselves, but of others. And of course, the love of spirit. What could be so great or so wonderful to have the love of spirit around us? And most of us, if we've lost someone over to the spirit world or they've transitioned, if we can become quiet and serene, they can come back close and they can make their feelings known. And then you'll find that you won't actually need mediums to communicate with spirit, because you would have brought yourself into a enlightened state where spirit are there with you, loving you. Just before I leave you, friends, is I do understand that, and it's human nature, that we all get lost along the way, and no person is an island. None is an island. But just bear in mind, excuse me, if we find a challenging situation, if we find that it's time that we can't go on, or we find it's time that we just want to give up, Just think of someone in the spirit world who loved you and wanted the best for you and is always close. And if you can't make that change in your life for yourself, then make it for them. And go and reap the rewards and the love that the spirit and life have got to offer. Why should we do all this? Why is it all important to us that we live a happy and a love life? The answer's quite simple, friends. Because you're worth it. God bless you, friends. Okie doke there. Okie doke. God bless you, friends. For those who've seen me before, they know how I work. Yes, no, don't care. You're mad, you're off your head, you're not a medium. I say no, I'm a large. But please be aware that sometimes I do get it wrong. And I do make mistakes. But please just listen to my information and we'll see how we go. So I'm very, very aware of a lady that comes through, is very close to me at the moment. It's almost as if I'm round about the 5 foot type of height. The name Rita connects in with this. And I would look, as I look at this lady, she's kind of, she's round about the 12, 14, 16 type mark. So I felt that her weight would have went up and down through her life, and that she was very much was the situation where she was putting on weight, she was losing weight. So I felt through a condition that her weight was going up and down. With this lady, she's talking to me that she wants to connect in with the name George. There could be a name George around in the family, and there would also be a John. Also, I'll be going over to the crematorium over in Manor Park, East London, where there would be a connection there. Can anybody understand any of this information? I felt with this lady as she comes close there, that she just wants to bring, she just wants to bring this love and upliftment around at the moment. She just wants to bring this excitement. I feel that there's an anniversary that's coming very close at the moment. So I feel there'll be an anniversary in the next week. Is there anybody that can understand this information? If not, I'll lay this lady down and I'll move on. God bless. I was drawn to your name on there anyway. John says, yes, her weight went up and down. Yeah, but I felt with this lady that she was very, I'm showing her, she's showing me at the moment, she's waving a flag at the moment, Mia. And that's giving me the impression, yeah, and the anniversary thing. And that's giving me the impression about an opportunity or an overcoming a situation with you around you at the moment. She said it's just very much about blowing your own trumpet now and very much about lifting yourself up and going forward. She's sort of telling me as well that there's a change around you that's quite a prominent change, and it's all very much tied in with an achievement of yourself. She's taken me back 5 years with you, and she says, she's saying to me that there was quite a major change in your life about 5 years ago. very much upliftment with this coming through right now. And yes, brilliant, thank you. God bless her. But I felt with this lady that there would be very much, she's very much outgoing with me. It's almost as if I want to bend over her and show me knickers. She had that type of humour with her. Ah, brilliant. Thank you, Maya. But but very much, and this lady as well, I feel very much that I feel and I want a memory of the Jubilee. Would you understand this? I feel like I want to go to a street party or on a Jubilee. Brilliant. So she's there just to confirm to confirm this situation with you, and she's very much saying to you now that it's time for you to grow, and it's also she's saying to me is it's new ventures and new understanding for you, and also she's taking me off to Southend. Ah, brilliant. Okay. But she's just really, and she's taken me back to St George's Day, which was one day last week. So there would be a memory of St George's Day. So I feel that I could even have a birthday on that day. So lovely lady that's there. Okay, and she's just talking to me. And also she's talking about Buckingham Palace. So there would have been a memory of visiting Buckingham Palace. And if I wasn't at Buckingham Palace, oh, lovely, thank you. Okay, so this lady is very much about pushing. And just before she goes, I don't really understand this. She's talking about the memory of pushing a shopping basket. So she's got one of these shopping baskets, and one of these shopping baskets. That's lovely. Right. Okay. So I'm going to leave you now, and I'm going to say God bless, and take this lady with you. Take all her love with you, and I'm going to move on now. Right. April Fitzpatrick. I saw how your parents buried City of London, and cemetery. Granddaddy's George. Right, and live in Southend. Right, okay. Right, as I feel I come close to you, I feel I've got two ladies come quite close to you. I've got a lady that's round about the 5'5" sort of mark stamp, and I want to look about the size about 12 to 14. And as I look at her, I've sort of got me hair kind of longish and brown coloured hair. And as she comes through there, this lady, she also brings another lady through with her, who I felt this lady, as she come through, would be as much as a very older type lady. I felt that, she would have been quite a thin type lady as well. And I feel that I would have been quite well into my 70s or 80s. And if I wasn't into my 70s or 80s, I just felt that I was quite old like that, although I felt I was at least 5 or 10 years older than what I actually was. Yeah. But it comes as she comes back, they both come back. This lady sits beside you, and she just puts her hand out, her right hand onto your leg, and it on your left leg, and just gives you a little pat at the moment, and it's just saying to you things are going to be all right. Okay. She's telling me there's a connection with a college or a university, so I feel that I'm close to a college or a university. And it's almost that she's giving you this this pushing she needs to give you at the moment, because she said it's almost as if and she's also talking about, she's taking me back to the age of a 21, where she said there was quite a major change in your life. And she said, but now it's very much an up and moving forward for you. There's also, she's saying to me, there's things that need to be let go in the past. Oh, God bless. And there's the name Shirley that connects in there with that name as well. And there also, I feel that there would be, if you go back in the family, there would be connections with the East End. If you can't understand that, please just, if there's someone that you could ask, please do so. But very much about you at the moment, very much about you getting on top of your own situation. It's almost as if I feel there's very much opportunity for you and choice. God bless you, are from the East End. And it's almost as if she's saying to me, also is that, and she's looking at the clock as well, so there would be some relevance of time with you. So would you understand where there's a situation going on where you could feel that you'd be running out of time? Because I feel that I do have to push you on at the moment and try and sort of get you going. Do you understand this? And also, I see you around hairdressing as well, and I see you around childcare as well. So I see a few different things going on around you. If they're not directly connected with you, that they should be indirectly connected with you. But very much taking. Oh, lovely, thank you. But very much to say at the moment. Also, she's saying to me is that she wants to go back over the last 18 months. And she said you've been talking over the last there's been a change, or there's been a difficulty over the last 18 months. She said, and it's just been a challenge for you to get to where you are today. Also, I want to go around Canning Town and Custom House, and I'd want to go to the sugar factory, the Tate and Lyle sugar factory. So there should be a connection with Tate and Lyle sugar factory. So very much about education around you as well. I want to say she's telling me to learn new things so that there's a greater understanding, so that you've got a better situation. Okay. God bless. Okay. So she was just saying, since that situation, that she's been with you, she's understanding you, and she said it's time for you now to offer yourself up to Spirit to guide you. Oh, you played in the ground of the sugar factory. Okay, thank you. So it's very much a time for you now, she's saying. And she says, but in the situation, it's almost as if you have to let some experiences go and accept where you are today and step that one foot into the future. So I'm going to leave these two ladies, love. There's the name Ruby as well, and there's the name Janine that comes close as well. So I'm going to leave them names and leave them people with you. I'd just like to say that I wish you all the luck in the world, and it's been a pleasure to speak with you tonight. So now I'm going to say thank you and God bless and move on. God bless you, April. Right. Right, God bless. Right, I'm moving on now. I've got this gentleman that comes pretty close. I'm definitely in the East End. I'm in Bethnal Green, and I'm connected with boxing. As I look at this gentleman, he's showing me at around the age of 30 odd. and I feel that I would have been dressed up, I would have been suited up, and I would have been quite a popular type gentleman. My height, I would have been about 5'9", 5'9", 5'10". I would have liked quite expensive suits, or I would have looked expensive. I would have been very much well known round the pubs of the East End. Also, that I would have been very much into jewellery. Not only would I have liked jewellery, this gentleman, that he would love to have sold jewellery as well. So I feel that there was always jewellery that would have been around this person. So I felt that I would be connected with the markets. Although I don't feel that I would have actually been a market person, I feel that there would have been a connection there with the market. So I would have known and been close to a lot of people that are to do with the market. So as I carry on with this gentleman, I've got the name Billy, and I feel that that would have been short for William. So if anyone can understand any of this information, but this gentleman's very much around at the moment. God bless. Hi, Karen. Thanks for that. But I felt with this gentleman that I felt that I was I was a very smart gentleman, that I was very cute as well, and I felt that I was very well known around. Even would have touched on with connections with like the Craze or some type of club or gang. Although I don't feel he was totally enveloped in it, I felt that he was known about this. Okay. And also I feel with this gentleman that he's just coming very close at the moment, and he's just putting his arms around you. And as he puts his arms around you, right, okay, well, I did think that, but I didn't want to say okay, because he was just giving me that he was well known to the Craze. I did change it around a bit. I do apologise for that, but as long as you can understand that. But very much a personality, because although I felt he had this connection, he did have this side to him that was quite soft and quite loving. So he very much lived sort of two sort of lives, if you understand what I mean. But as he comes, William was his brother, thank you. And as he comes very sort of close there, he's just giving a lot of love and a lot of energy to you at the moment. And he's pushing some healing into you at the moment. And he's giving me the impression that over the last 2 years, things have been a little bit up and down for you, and that you just need that extra little lift. Okay. He's also talking about pride, and he's talking about being yourself. So hopefully you understand what he's saying. But he's almost right. Okay. Yeah, I kind of saw that within his personality. But as I think it's important, I see it was important to say, but in a nice way. But sort of very much and he's talking to me, and he's talking about the family. So he's making reference to the family. So and he's talking about a little bit of unrest to do with the family, or a situation that needs to be resolved in the family. Does that make sense to you? Okay, yeah, he is very much around, and he's also talking about a situation where an olive branch needs to be offered. And when that's usually the case from spirit, that's usually about the fact is that there just needs to be some little bit of forgiveness, because I do feel he's just talking about a little bit of a misunderstanding. And he's also talking about moves to Elm Park. So there would be someone that would have been connected from the East End that would have went to Elm Park. But he's just telling me there that he's there with you now. He's helping you carry on. He's helping you go forward. And very quickly, as just before he goes, he brings a lady quite close. And very good, thank you. Oh, okay. But just before he goes, he's bringing a lady through. And I'm very much aware of this lady, would have been a smaller type lady. She made me very much aware. I didn't get a good picture of her so much as that I was very aware that there would have been trouble with her vision, because she's looking at me as if she's struggling to see me, although I feel that I've got glasses on, but very much looking forward, looking at me in a way as if scrutinizing me. Okay, right. God bless. So, God bless her, and as this lady comes through, and also there would be a connection with a Polly as well, and I do believe that this Polly was a parrot. So, or if not, there would have been someone that oh, good, because I'm going to put the kettle on now. So that's very much what I want to say. Okay, so as this lady makes this cup of tea now, I'm going to leave this lady, and I'm gonna say God bless, but very much, and the name Pauline as well would connect in there. So Karen, I'm going to leave you now and I'm going to leave this lovely lady with you, and she's just saying to you that things are on the up now, and the situations that have gone on, and last stuff. Oh, Polly, pub parrot, and she. Okie doke. Thank you for that. So anyway, and also there would be the name Jim that connects in there, and even when they were grown up. Oh, good. So Karen, please go forward with this lady. She's there for you. She's taking your hand now, and she's walking forward. And she's just talking about a holiday that was booked that never went on. Okay, so perhaps she's saying to you, give yourself a little break. So I'm going to say God bless to you there, Karen, and thank you for that. Okay, right. Right. As I move on there, I feel I got a gentleman draw quite close to me. As I look at this gentleman, I'm round about the 5'11", 6 foot type mark. I feel that although I'm that type of height, I feel that I'm quite a slim type chap. As you look at my face, is that I've very chiselled and sharp features. I feel with this gentleman that I was very, very sort of quiet towards the end. In fact, the last 5 years of my life, he was telling me that he was very quiet, didn't say a lot about his personality, and a lot about him went. and he just found himself just being alone within his thoughts and with people around him. Although I felt that when people were around him, people was aware that he was aware, but it was just that he can become very quiet. I felt that in a part of his life, I felt that I had some type of appendicitis, because he's showing me that he had a scar on his right side of his stomach. And also, I've got a problem with my right leg as well. So if anybody can understand this information, and I'm around the London hospital area as well. So I'd feel I'd want to go into Whitechapel, although I feel that I might be connected more with Bo, and I would want to go to Brighton May the match people as well. So there would be a connection with the matches. So can anybody understand this gentleman? Because this gentleman is just standing there, just waiting, just to see that if someone can pick him up. He's also giving me the name Joe as well, so the name Joe connects in there. Can anybody understand that? I can take so. Hello, Melanie. Can take a man that size and quiet. Okay, fine. Thank you, Fiona. As I link in with her, I feel I could be with you, but as I feel that I link in with this gentleman, I feel that I just want to be quiet. I felt that he and just it's almost as if there was some type of thought condition going on. Does that understand? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that if it might be your dad. No, Joe. I know Joe. If you know the name Joe, but this gentleman would have lived on his own for a period of time, and there would have been a 5-year period that he would have that would have been quite severe with him. So I feel that this gentleman, anyway, as this gentleman draws close, he's talking to me about a change in your situation round about 10 years ago. Could you understand that? So almost if there was quite a major change in your life about 10 years ago. And he's talking about a situation with you. Yeah, right, okay. And would you understand there was a period of time of about 5 years where the dementia was quite prominent? Because as this gentleman comes close, I just feel that he wants to put his arms around you and he just wants to give you a kiss. And he's just giving you a kiss on the cheek. Right, okay. Yeah, because he's giving you a kiss on the cheek and saying to you, God bless. And as he comes down there, he's pushing a lot of energy and a lot of love into you. Because he's just saying to me at this moment, oh, lovely, thank you. He's just saying to me at the moment that it's quite an important time for you. It's time where you need to sort out the wheat from the chaff. It's time where you try to focus your mind in where you want to go and what you want to do next. So there's very much like a change situation coming up around you at the moment. Okay? and that I feel that's quite a good change. There's also the name Johnny around you, and there would be the name Derek that's around you. So very much good, thank you. But and also what I'm being given, I'm being given a St. Christopher, and as I give you this St. Christopher, I feel there would be a memory of this St. Christopher. And what I want to say to you is that with this St. Christopher, which is the patron saint of travel, is that gift from Spirit to you to know that wherever you want to go, whatever you want to do, that Spirit are there with you to travel. And when I say travel, I mean the travel throughout your life, and definitely the travel through you at the moment. But very much Spirit around you at the moment, okay? I also feel that there's needs to be change around living accommodation or residence. So I feel that there's moving around that situation, okay? So I'm going to leave this love with you, and I'm going to wish you all the luck and say God bless to you. But just before I leave you, I want to go to a pub and called the King's Head. So if you can understand the King's Head, good. Okay. Now that feeling of Spirit around you is going to get stronger and going to get stronger. And it's very much about you. She's just saying at the moment that although you feel them around at the moment, you're just finding that a little bit more difficult, yes, to get in to communicate, okay? But if you can just relax a little bit, you will find that you will be able to communicate, and you'll be able to say everything that needs to be said, because I feel that there's a lot there that needs to be said, and things need to be sorted out within your own mind. Okay, so you don't understand the King's Head, please ask around, because I feel that would have some relevance. And just before I go, would you understand a connection with Ilford? And if you can't understand a connection with Ilford, then I'm going to move on and say thank you and God bless. Okie doke. Right. Okay, I feel that I've left you now, Melanie, and I'm going to say thank you and God bless. You can take. Okay, Pamela, God bless. You can take the King's Head. Okay. As I draw close to you there, I feel that I've got a gentleman. In fact, I've got two gentlemen that draw quite close to me, Pamela. I feel that I've got a taller gentleman, which is about round the 5. I want to go 5'10", 5'11" size. And as that gentleman draws close, I feel that I've got another gentleman that he brings in with him, and this gentleman would be of a smaller type nature. In fact, he would only be round about the 5 foot type of range. Yeah, I felt with this gentleman that I felt that as I look at him, I would be round about the 5 foot mark, and I would feel, and I'd be quite a plumpy type gentleman, but I would really be an outgoing type gentleman, really an uplifting type gentleman. It's almost as if I can't keep this gentleman down, and this fella, he's bouncing around. And if there was like any family parties or anything going on like that, he would like be the first to get in there, and he would be a gentleman that would want to get everybody up on their feet as well. And very much with that type. Thank you. Very much this type of gentleman as well. And of course, I can see him waving a flag as well. So there would be some relevance of a flag. But although although he's showing me this flag, and I'm finding it difficult. So I feel there would have been a connection with football as well. But also, as he's flying this flag, it's almost as if he's giving appreciation to you. So he's just giving me this feeling that there's just a situation or just a hump in the road that you've just got over, or there's a little bit of an achievement that is just there for you. Do you understand this? It's almost as if, and I feel that very much things that have been hanging on from the past. Right, okay. Things are very much, there's been things that are hanging on to the past now that can be put to rest. And I'd also understand that there would be enigma within the family. Not quite sure if as if there would have been someone within the family that was, there would just been a secret or a enigma in the family that oh, you understand, good, well I won't go into that then, but it's very much sort of talking about that. And I'm very much being drawn to see a coffin, and I see two red roses in a cross. In a cross, I can see that. Oh, as long as you can understand the secret, that's fine. But I don't understand this. I'm just going to give it to you what he's showing me. But it's almost as if I'm at a cremation, and there's only one lady sitting down, kneeling down in front of his coffin. So I'm not saying that there was no one else there. I'm just saying he's giving me this image. He's showing me this image. So hopefully that would make sense to you. But as he's looking over to me, I feel that I want to be quite bouncy, and it's almost as if I need to put my finger over my lip and just say hush shush, be quiet, you know. But as I say that, I want to say that very tongue in cheek. I don't want that to be sort of severe, okay? But and he's talking about that there would have been a picture of him that would have sat up on a mantelpiece, and he's making reference to it would have been knocked off the mantelpiece. And I'm not sure whether he's telling me it would have been knocked off by a dog, which I don't really understand, but I'm being passed on. But but he's giving me that as well, and you can understand the photo. But and also it's almost as if with the photograph I've not gone back in the right place. What I've come from, if you can understand this. He's telling me he wasn't. Oh, it was a cat, was it? I saw an animal, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what one it was. I do apologise. I got that wrong. But I should have stuck to an animal. But there you go. But as long as you can understand that. But it's just very much aware that. He never went back into the. He's telling me he never went into the back into the same position that he was on the mantelpiece. Oh, I see. Okie doke. Okie doke. Oh, so and he's kind of laughing at that because it's almost as if he could have told me that, but because of the sense of humour I had with him, he let me carry on, but anyway, I'm gonna leave this gentleman and there again, a second one tonight, St George's Days would have some relevance. St George's Day would have some relevance with you, but okie doke. So I'm gonna leave this gentleman with you now, and just very quickly, as the older gentleman that brought him through, there was a bigger gentleman that brought him through. I'd want to go round about the 6 foot type of mark, excuse me, and he would just blow a kiss and say, "God bless." Okay. And the name Edwina. Okay, so I'm going to leave you now, Pamela, and I'm going to say thank you and God bless. Right, I've as I draw close here, I've got a lady that draws quite close. As I'm aware of this lady that comes forward, she comes forward with, and she's in a wheelchair, and I'm very much aware that her legs are very much swollen, and they're red as well. And she's type of complaining to me that that her legs are hot and they're swelling up, and it's making her quite difficult that. And she doesn't like the fact of being in this wheelchair. She's unfortunately she's saying to me that she's she's not a very nice person, or she's saying that she wasn't a very nice person, and that she's trying to get back to a lady, I feel, on the earth plane, and she wants to say sorry to her. Because she led her a dog's life, she's saying, and that she's saying she's very, very sorry for this. But one thing that she's showing me over her legs is like a tartan type blanket. So she's showing me this tartan blanket, and this is the memory here. I felt that family would have originated from the East End, but I felt that she would have sort of been more Romford type area. So if anybody can understand this lady, and the name Gloria links in with this as well. So although unfortunately nobody can understand this lady, I just gonna have. She just wants to come back. Okay, Wendy. God bless you. Would you understand this lady being a bit moody and not so nice? I felt with her always type moaning and I don't usually get spirits come through, but. Okay, right, okay. But would you understand the fact that she could be quite abrupt, and okie doke, God bless. Because as she's coming close there, it's almost as if she wants to say to me that she wants to pass on her forgiveness. Sorry, I got that wrong. She wanted to ask for forgiveness because she realizes now that she's over in the spirit world that at times she was very abrupt and there was no need for it. Okay. As I say, God bless, because this is how she very much come back. And the name Shirley connects in there somewhere, and the name Brian would connect in there somewhere as well. But she just wants to come back, and she just wants to say and if you can pass on to your sister that she's sending her apologies, and that how she wasn't really she wasn't too nice. Okay, so she wants to pass that on, but also to tell her to. Oh, thank you. God bless. So, so very much with this lady, she's coming back, and she's kind of getting a bit funny with me now, because she's saying to me like, well, you know, I've come back and said what I've got to say, and she's getting a bit abrupt with me now. Got it. She's kind of getting a bit abrupt with me now, because she's more or less saying to me, well, I've said me sorries, what more do you want from me? So you know, and I really do feel that she's come through for your sister to make apologies for the way that she treated her. Okay. Okay, so, but she, as she sort of moves back now, it's almost as if she just, you know, is like, let's forget it all. But there would be a third person involved as well. She's just talking to me about, she's making reference to number 3. So I feel there would have been a third. So I'm not sure whether you can understand that, but she's talking about a 3. But with this lady, as she comes back to you, she's putting on a pair of glasses. Oh, I see. Oh, that's lovely. I'm pleased. And she had 3 sons. Oh, lovely. Thank you. But it's almost as if she's turns around now, and she just slowly sort of moves away, and she sort of she's just turning around and giving a little wave and saying, hi, can my feelings and my emotions be passed on? So I'm going to leave this lady with you, okay? But she is saying second chance. So there would have been an environment where there would have been an upset or a second chance. So I'm going to leave you now and say God bless. Okie doke. So that was lovely for you. Okie doke. Right, as we move on now, I want to be going over to the East End, and I want to be going round about Petticoat Lane, and I want to be round Brick Lane. I want to be all round this area. and what I'm very much aware of, and the name Rita again pops in. I've got this lady, and I feel that I'm just below 5 foot. So I wouldn't have made 5 foot. This lady is laughing about, and she says also that there's as much as me going up as there is going out. But there you go. She said she just didn't care. She was one of these type of there would have been 2 girls, so there would have been 2 sisters that would have been with this lady, and also I would want to go into I would want to go opposite Liverpool Street Station. So is that I want to be doing cleaning in opposite the Liverpool Street station. But this lady would have been a very true blue. She would have been very much talking about her girls, and that was her life, was her girls. I feel there was two of them, although I feel there should have been a third, she said, because there should have been twins. And the name Mari links in with that. So can anybody understand any of this information? This lady that would have come from around the Liverpool Street area. Sorry, she would have worked around the Liverpool Street area. Okie doke. Right, okay. Now, just as I'm speaking now, I went back to spirit, and there would have been a connection with a Down syndrome child. So I feel whoever this. Okay, Wendy. So you can understand this. Wendy? Can you understand this connection with a Down syndrome child? Because I do feel that I've got this Down syndrome child, and I feel that it was a girl, and I felt that she was very much within the family. And also there would have been one sister as well, and the name Julie would connect in with this. The name Julie would. Can anybody understand this? Okie doke. If nobody can understand this information, I'm gonna. I'm going to let this link go and say God bless to that person. Okay. It could me getting that link mixed up. Okay, but thanks for taking that, Wendy. But I do really want to stay on the link with this Down syndrome. But I felt the girl would have lived next door to somebody. So I feel whoever this message is, or whoever I'm looking for, their next door neighbour would have had a child, a girl that had Down syndrome. Also, they would have lived in a terrace house, and there would have been sort of a 20-30 foot garden. And I feel that there would have been an Alsatian dog that would have been connected with this, because I see the dog running up and down the garden. Can anybody understand this information? No? Okay. I feel that there would have been a connection with Milton Keynes. So with this link that I'm looking for, there would have been a connection that would have moved out to Milton Keynes. So Milton Keynes would have become prominent. Okay. It doesn't appear that anybody can understand this lady. So I'll ask her to step aside, and I'll say thank her and say God bless. Now, just very quickly, I've got a lady that draws quite close here. The name Millie is connected with this lady, and as I look at this lady, I feel that I'm quite an elderly type lady. I would be round about the 80-ish type mark. I felt that I would be sort of round the 4 foot 6, 4 foot 7. I wouldn't have been very tall at all. And one thing that I would have been very noticed about her, that she would have been quite a thin lady. I feel with this lady that she would have been quite a wise sort of lady, and that there would have been a connection with tea leaves reading. I felt that this lady lived alone, and I felt that the name Danny or Daniel would have some relevance to this lady. So as this lady comes through, she's looking for a lady, and I'm looking for the name where there would be a family where the name Sheila next in, and this is where I feel this lady is at the moment. So this is your nan. God bless her. But I felt with this lady that she would have been quite a spiritual type lady. As I say, you do understand that she did the tea leaf reading as well, and I felt that with this lady, she just had a lot of love, and she had a lot of understanding. and with her, and she's talking about a George, so there's a connection with the name of George. We have a lot of George names tonight, but that's coming. And there's Adam, and there's the name Richards or Richardson that also connects around there. But as she comes close there, she's kind of laughing at the moment, and she's just sending this love and energy, and she's talking to me about the age of 5 would have some relevance to you. So she's talking about a situation around the age of 5 that that is with you, if you can understand it. Sheila is mine, and she was my spiritual. My great nan used to read tea leaves as well. Okay, and Michelle, you Michelle. Okay. It looks like I've got and you understand, but very much at the moment, what I'd want to say to Daniel, say to Michelle at the moment is it's very much about spirit being around you at the moment. And it's very much about you linking in, and it's very much about you working and going forward at the moment. I hope you can understand this. It's almost as if we want to say that there's been time around you that's been quite dormant, and you need to push on now. There's very much decisions that need to be made about about yourself. About what you need to do. There's also lots of thoughts and lots of spiritual stuff coming into your mind, and you need to start working, and you need to start going forward on that. Don't worry about whether how you're going to do it or whatever you're going to do it, because there will be someone that will come forward for you. So very much a spiritual and understanding time. The 23rd of the month, 23rd of a month would have some relevance to you. And there would also be the Tuesday would have a relevance for you. So I'm going to leave this with you, Michelle, and I'm going to say, God bless you. Yeah. Okay. And then I'll just go back to, Michelle, understand. Right. Yeah, yes, to the age of 5. Okay, and then just go back to you, Nicola, and I'm just very quickly as I draw close to you again, I feel that there's a gentleman draws quite close to you. As I look at this gentleman, I'm round about the 5'8", 5'9" type of mark, and as he stands there, he's looking at me. And Nicola, he's just saying to me, oh, excuse me, flip a coin. Flip a coin. And this would have been his attitude on the earth plane. If you're not sure about what you want to do or what decision to take, he's saying he would have clicked, he would have flipped a coin. And as he's showing me that, he's kind of laughing, and I felt that you know, and at the moment he's singing songs to me. So he's singing quite old songs. So I feel that I would like to have, I would have, I would have been like a karaoke type sort of gentleman. I would have liked, I would have liked to sing, and he's showing me, and also he's talking to me about Frank Sinatra, and very much he would have laughed because someone, there would be a reference there to someone within the family that would have been called Old Blue Eyes. But definitely saying at the moment to me, Nicola, is he said that he did it my way. And that is really what he's saying. Yeah. And he's just, he's sort of singing them, you know, and I can't really sing the songs that he's singing to me, but they're old, you know, oldish sort of songs, and he's just singing away, and as he's singing away, he's singing, but very much Frank Sinatra, very much Frank Sinatra, with this gentleman, but also there would be a memory of a cruise. So he's talking to me about a cruise. So you know, I'm singing on this cruise as well. What, you know, what a, you know, what a gentleman he is. But it's almost showing to me, and I'll tell you something else that he's showing me, because he's showing me looking at himself in the mirror, and he's talking about cufflinks as well. So there would have been a memory of cufflinks. So someone would have bought cufflinks. So very much a memory of that. And also, would you understand a connection with the Bethnal Green fire station? So I'm going very much with him to a connection with the fire station as well. And I felt that someone within the road where he lived also would have been lost their lives in a fire. So I'm going to leave that with you. I'm going to say to you, thank you, and God bless. But very much this gentleman around. God bless.
Ray, that brings us to time. In fact, a little bit over, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Thank you so much.
No problem.
For tonight, if we go to Frank's cards, can we come back to you for the closing prayer shortly?
Yeah, of course. I was just going to have a quick smoke, if that's all right.
You got plenty of time. All right, Ray. See you soon.
Thanks, mate.
Right. Well, good evening, friends. Great to have you with us tonight. And I know we had a couple of newbies on earlier. So if you're here, welcome as well. Every week we have 3 cards from Frank with a little something for the week ahead. Obviously, we can't get round to everyone online, unfortunately, with messages. So take a look at this video that Frank recorded earlier. Tune in to one of the crystals that marks the card and listen into the message from Frank here.
Good evening. Our first card this evening is with the crystal rose quartz, and that card is the Pomeranian Dog. This is one of the most popular breeds of all dogs. Pomeranians are sweet, loyal, and utterly adorable. In the past, they were shepherd dogs, much larger than they are today. But they have evolved through breeding to come to a miniature size that we know as a lapdog. Because of this, they are a beautiful symbol that hard work can turn luxurious dreams into reality and can come true. Pomeranians also show you that good things often come in small packages. This card says, now's the time when your dreams will come true. It is time to you to make a wish, or just bask in the joy of knowing that your heart's desire is about to come to you. Don't worry how this will happen. Just appreciate the simple things and good gratitude for all that you have and all that is still to come for you, and enjoy your life and have fun. This is your time. This is your moment. And we look at this card, we see the dog surrounded by toys and bits and pieces, and in particular, in front of him, the magic lamp. Now's the time for you to rub your magic lamp, to release your genie from it, and to see your dreams and your desires fulfilled. I hope that's a very good card for someone. I think it's lovely. Our second crystal is Citrine, and with that goes the card for the flamingo, the lovers. The flamingo says, follow your heart and seek emotional healing. It is an animal that symbolises romance and flirtation, and getting in touch with your deepest feelings, and keeping thoughts and emotions balanced, and healing past wounds and finding forgiveness. The flamingo brings a message from the heart, whether you're being asked to embrace a new long-term romantic relationship or make an important choice about your life. You're being guided to quiet your mind and allow your feelings to rule. Put extra love into your actions and your choices. Follow your heart. This card can also mean an end to difficult times and turbulent times, and a return to good times that are ahead. Flamingos are romantic birds, and due to their food diet, their plumage is usually pink, a colour we associate with heart and romance and love. They are extremely flirtatious birds, but they mate for life, and companionship is of paramount importance to them. The devotion they display towards each other makes them an excellent symbol of choosing the perfect person to be with at this time. Flamingos are often seen standing on one leg, and this symbolises their ability to remain balanced in all they do, and indicates the need to heal from past wounds and find forgiveness for yourself and others. And the flamingo asks that you live your life with an open and compassionate heart. And on this card, we see the waterfall cascading, and this symbolises, as it reaches the pool, that even the most turbulent water will find a place of peace and tranquility. And this symbolises that you too, having come through perhaps turbulent times, will also find that. And once again we see the butterfly on our card, which by now we know is a symbol of transformation and better times that are coming and new beginnings. Lovely card, that. Our third crystal this evening is the Amethyst, and with that goes the card for the dove. The dove symbolises love, a sense of hope, peace, purity and innocence. This is the beginning of new emotional experiences, or even maybe the rebirth of a current relationship or idea. It is a time for the awakening of spiritual gifts and insight. It may even be the promise of a new home. The dove is a universal sign of peace and love, and is closely associated with all things spiritual. A dove's cooing is meant to bring us peace and calm, and symbolises the onset of love and romance in our lives, due to its connection with Venus, the goddess of love, who is often depicted with doves all around her. When we look at this card, we see the dove, and we see it sitting there with water gently flowing around it in a calm and peaceful way. This card is all about new beginnings and new experiences, which could be the first flush of a new romance, or the rebirth of a current one, or maybe just the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights and new opportunities for you. We also see on the trees in the picture fruit ripening, a symbol of good times and good fortune ahead. And once again we see the butterfly with all its beauty and its wings displayed for all to enjoy, although it cannot see them itself. So this is a very good card, and all about finding time to be calm and peaceful, and allowing things to move gently around you and bring new ideas and new opportunities towards you. 3 very beautiful cards there tonight, with some very good reading matter and some very good advice. I hope you've enjoyed that. Thank you for listening.
Great, thank you, Frank, as always. Okay, let's go back to Ray for the closing prayer, and then we'll play the closing Vesper. Over to you, Ray.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. And if you'd like to join me in prayer, and as we close this meeting down, just be aware that spirit are no more than a thought away. And if we ever find ourselves in a position where we can't make a decision, or we don't know what to do, or where we go from here, think of a person who loved you on the earth plane, who's in the spirit world, and make a decision for what they'd want for you. All that's left to be said now, friends, is God bless till we meet again. Amen.
Lovely. Well, I'd like to say a big thank you to Ray for taking our service tonight, for the address earlier and the wonderful messages. Thank you to Elaine Grout, our medium in church. You would have seen Elaine earlier if you were tuned in at the beginning. Thank you to Donna, who was chairing in church earlier. Thank you to Peter for the Bible reading. And thank you to Frank for the cards, as you do every week. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you can join us next week, next Sunday at 6:30. Look forward to seeing you then. Have a good week.